Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
I think the first 8 minutes were a bit frustrating for me. You know, we played so well down in Manchester last night, and the guys really dug deep. And we really wanted to carry that momentum over, because when you're playing with that spark, good things happen for us. That game could have got away from us very quickly at the start of that hockey game, but we got that power play. They looked very sharp on it, and you know, we were unfortunate not to score in that second half of the period. I think we really turned the tables on them, and that was one of our strongest of the night.
You mentioned the last night as well. Do you think we've maybe seen the effects of having to play that overtime last night into tonight's game?
No, because everybody has to play these games, right? I mean, it would be really unfair to say it was down to that. I think that one of the things that's really hampered us at times in the first half of the season, because believe me, everybody can see when we find that spark. And it's just that certain turning moment that this team can compete with anybody. I really thought that the guys dug deep and regrouped and laid it on the line tonight. Unfortunately, there was too many influencing factors on that, and we just didn't have enough to get over the line.
Probably a special shout out tonight for Mikael Gutwald. An excellent performance tonight, coming up against one of the toughest guys in the league. We love Michael. Anybody who appreciates the work he does down low, night in, night out, will recognize what type of player he is, and that he leaves that on the table every night. And he's such a quality person as well. It's nice to see guys stick up for their teammates, and we should be doing it more often. And I think we're guilty of not at times. I think Chase was just mentioning on the ice there that he's maybe hoping to be back in the next week or so. Is that it'll surely be a good lift for you guys going into next week?
Yeah, he's responded very positively, and we're getting him a scan just for reassurance and to find out to what extent he actually is hurt. Because he's very keen to get back in the lineup. I thought that just as he got hurt there, the 3 games before that, I think he's been skating exceptional, and he really, Chase brings that X factor to our lineup that people still probably forget, that he was recovering from some serious surgery over the course of the summer, and I'm sure he'll be the first to admit that he wasn't in the shape that he's normally in at the start of the season when he's so effective. But we knew that going in, and we knew what he brings to our lineup, and he was getting there and really starting to have that jump that he's had. So this was a shame that he had this setback. They obviously reattached the ligament too strong to the bone, because the ligament didn't get damaged. It was more muscular, and we're just going to have to allow it to repair itself, and my medical team are, urging caution to all of us, but we're very keen to get him back in the lineup.
It must be a great lift for the guys as well. We know that guys have been skating extra shifts the last few weekends, so it's a great lift for the guys as well. Well,
yeah, guys have been logging an incredible amount of ice time, and good on them. It gets them, once they settle into their regular lines, they'll have that reserve that they need to see these games through. It's just, my message to them after the game was, it's a 60-minute hockey game. It's something that we've been fighting all year, and it's that level of consistency. Mistakes will always be made, and we can always look at mistakes. It's how we recover from them, and how we're engaged at the beginning of these hockey games, because they really set the tone. Because anybody who was watching the Manchester game last night recognized that the team came out with that jump and an intent that they were going to win a hockey game and do what it takes to win a hockey game. And that sort of message was very similar to the one that the Belfast laid down tonight. we were seriously hemmed in, and guys were making some very soft plays at the start of that game. But I thought we recovered well.
And just finally going up to Dundee over the festive periods, what are you expecting from that game? Sorry.
Well, I think that you see this table is so close that I think it's important to attempt to get points every single weekend that we go into. We've been not bad of it, but we'd like to see certainly more wins up on the board. I think if I look back on the first half of the season, I think that there's definitely frustrations, but it's one of those things. It kind of struck me today, specifically after what happened in Manchester last night, and big parts of that game tonight. I think that I've really held my tongue over the course of the season. It was something that I was cautioned about numerous times last year. All this club is asking for is a fair shake at the game. It is so soul destroying for players to go out there and feel like they're getting the short end of the stick, and really having to play through these things. And I ask them to play through them every night, and they really don't feel like they have a voice, because out on the ice there, that no one's listening to them, and no one's seeing what's going on. But I mean, it's the oldest trick in the book. We've been at loggerheads in this building. Everybody's been at each other's throats all year, and we've really lost sight of the fact of the matter that not great things are happening around this league, and we want to make sure that although the standard's going up, I think that if these games were, shall we say, looked upon as equal partners playing in the league, it would be even more exciting and competitive. I have to be careful what I say, because I'm sick of losing money, but the guys deserve that. They deserve recognition that they go out there every night, and there's nights when I force them privately to wear their shortcomings, but then there's other nights when they go out there and play their asses off, and through no fault of their own, they come up short. So our message in the second half here is to come out positively. Start off Dundee, Glasgow. Teams are all around the same area in the table, and it's important for us to stamp our authority on this in the second half. We need to be positive and play with that spark that we saw at times tonight, and you saw how the crowd responded tonight, because they recognized tonight that the guys were laying on the line.